Hey everybody, so for the video today, I am just going through the trending stocks on StockTwits, and basically I'm just going to um, review one of those. So first one I'm doing is Altimmune Inc. Trending today up 6%. So let's get into it. Let's see how they're doing. All right, so I actually already recorded this earlier, and I kind of have to re-record it, but we're just going to go through everything that I already put in, so you can see their final score already. It's not great, but so target price is higher, which is decent. Cost of capital's relatively low, good. No long-term growth rate, so I just gave the half point. Let's get into the income statement, though. So sales honestly have taken a massive dip over the past few years. They used to be much higher. Operating income looks terrible. Net income looks terrible. EPS is actually doing better, but the only reason that is, I guess I could give that a 0.5, which I realized. EPS is looking better. However, the reason that is happening is because now, if you look at their total shares, they have been massively diluting. So their EPS looks better as it's increasing, but it's also because there's just more shares available. So do with that information what you want, but that's why their EPS most likely looks better. Let's head over to the balance sheet, check that out. So in terms of their cash, actually looks all right compared to their debt is pretty good. I would say that their assets are increasing, but that's only for over the past year, and they used to have significantly more. So, I mean, 245 down to 210 is not great. Their debt situation is good. They have very little short and long term debt, which is always nice to see. Retained earnings are most likely, not great, and they're increasingly negative. So, nothing great there. Cash flow statement, let's take a look at that. So, operating cash flow, I should say, is not great, big negatives. Investing cash flow is okay. It's more negative recently than positive. So I did give the credit for that, but investing cash flow, it's not the most important thing. I mean, they are buying new investments, which could be good, could be a good thing. Um, Financing cash flow is very positive. They are adding a ton of new stock, which is not great. Um, and then for the free cash flow, big negatives. Nothing good really there either. For the use of cash, they actually have basically no debt, so their repayment of debt is solid. And you could see when they did have debt, they repaid it all, um, actually fairly quickly. So that's good. And then in terms of the stock repurchases, they have been issuing equity like crazy. I mean, there's really nothing you can do there. Let's head over to the ratios, look at that. So their net margin is terrible. This is supposed to be a ratio, and it's 20,700. So that's kind of insane. ROA, ROE, big negative, and then long-term debt to total equity actually is getting better, um, which is good, but compared to everything else, it's kind of small. So final score 9 out of 22. They got a 24. I actually have it in here as a 23. I'll change that. But again, that is really bad. So that is actually my lowest score so far, mostly because of their income statement. I mean, their operating net income, whatever, is just terrible, and then some cash flow problems as well. So that is it for Altimmune Inc. I hope you got something out of this. If you want to subscribe, you can, and I'll see you in the next video.